As an artist, many times most of the inspiring songs come from the real-world hardships and highs of life. For country music legend Vince Gill, this idea rings true. I'm Addison Hager with Taste of Country, and we're here to list some of Gill's songs where he took his life struggles and heartbreaking situations, pinning them into the songs people now sing and relate to. In an interview with CBS News, the singer mentioned how his music has been a place for him to release a lot of thoughts as he goes through life. Quote, "I go to music for grief. It's cheaper than therapy." The first number we have for Gill is It Won't Be the Same This Year. This song was one of two songs written for Gill's older half-brother Bob, who in 1968 was involved in a severe car crash. Bob was 22 years old at the time, while Gill was 11, and the accident left his half-brother in a coma for 3 months and with irreversible brain damage. He passed away of a heart attack in 1993.
Favorite time of year was always Christmas. Reminisce about the days gone by. Oh, how I wish that he was still here with us. My memories of him will never die.
The key to life. Unfortunately, Gill is seasoned in people passing who are close to him. The key to life surrounded his father, a very heart-on-the-sleeve number, all about who his father was as Gill was growing up. That people saw him as a businessman, but when at home, Gill saw his dad as the overall wearing redneck he was, a lover of music just like him.
I'd love to hear my daddy play once again all the songs that he taught me when I was a kid. John Henry, Old Shell, and Faded Love will fall to pieces and on the wings of a dove. Just a few chords on the banjo, well, that was all he knew. And in the eyes of a child, managed fingers flew.
Forever Changed is a heavy yet transparent number. The song is an emotional view of the damage left in the wake of child abuse. In 7th grade, Gill had a life-altering interaction with his trusted basketball coach. A normal meeting with his coach in his office turned into the coach running his hand up Gill's leg. Thankfully, Gill was able to get up and run out of the room before anything escalated, but the experience left him shaken. From this situation, he formed a deep empathy for survivors of abuse, penning this number.
Put your hands where they don't belong. And now her innocence is dead and gone. Well, she feels dirty, she feels ashamed because of you. She's forever changed.
Whenever You Come Around was a steamy number of Gill writing about his not-yet-wife, Christian singer Amy Grant. The two met in 1993 when Grant appeared on Vince Gill's TV Christmas special. Although they had never met beforehand, once locking eyes on each other, the chemistry was undeniable. After an interaction, Gill went home and penned this number. However, at the time, both singers were married, and though they were crazy about each other, they pushed that feeling aside. As time aged, the two individually ended up divorcing from their previous marriages, and, well, you know the ending.
Face of an angel, pretty eyes that shine. I lie awake at night, wishing you were mine. I'm standing here holding biggest heartache in town. Whenever you come around, I get weak in the knees and I lose my breath.
Cry a River. On the flip side, while Gill wrote When You Come Around, Grant wrote Cry a River, kind of encompassing the same idea, that she just crossed paths with someone amazing, the chemistry blazing, but the path of her life at the time didn't go down that road, that she was married and living a different life path.
Who knew love would come walking through my door?
was a long wait, it was just the wrong time. And I hope you hold me now somewhere within. And when you think about what might have been.
A Letter to My Mama finds a singer tearfully apologizing for youthful indiscretions and years spent taking his mother for granted.
Oh, I need to write a letter, put it down in black and white. No phone call just won't cut it, not the way I feel tonight. Letter to my mama from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry, it's a real good place to start.
Finding a way to process his first marriage, I Still Believe in You was a product of Gill's marital past, filled with regret over how his actions have hurt the woman he loves. Gill, in this song, begs the object of his affection for one more chance.
Guess I just lost truth, only thinking of myself, never looking back. All the times I've hurt you, I apologize. I'm sorry it took so long to finally realize.
Gill's music not only told his story, but he's also played and written for fellow artists who have died. He sang at Charlie Daniels, George Jones, and Merle Haggard's funerals. Gill's also written songs for his friends like Merle Haggard, A World Without Haggard, George Jones, Sad One Comin' On, and golfer Payne Stewart, Hey God.
Hey God, please hear me when I pray.
When I Call Your Name. In this number, Gill narrates his painful experience after he found his lover left him. All the emotions of when you love someone, see a future with someone, but they don't want to share that same future with you. Lyrically, it sounds like he was left, which is not the case in real life. They were still happy and married at the time, but the song stemmed from the loneliness of coming home to an empty house while his first wife Janice was away on tour with her band. There's not much to love here anymore. From his album The Key, this number surrounds the ending and divorce with his wife Janice Oliver of 17 years. That although out of respect for everyone involved, he tended to keep pretty quiet about the details, but in this song, Gill sang about what he was really doing as the divorce played out. That he really did sit in the house as the rain poured down.
And all I do is walk. It ain't too hard to realize there's not much love here anymore. Rain, rain, come blowing in.
Being married to Christian singer Amy Grant, many people naturally assume that the couple shares a similar faith-based background. Gill wrote When Amy Prays to shed light on the assumption. This number surrounds vulnerability, that he's inspired by Amy and that she may be faith-based, but for Gill, not so much, and being okay with outwardly saying that.
And when my Amy prays, when my Amy prays.
And last but certainly not least, and a song that has really withstood the test of time, Go Rest High on That Mountain, a farewell to a loved one and not just anyone. Gill's friend and fellow artist Keith Whitley. But it wasn't until Gill's brother passed away 4 years after Whitley that he was able to finish the tune.
Only you could know the pain. You were free Georgia too.